This is a Pakistani white pomegranate, which is very sweet. There's no tartness at all, and a very nice sized fruit. And so again, the idea is that I want to remove any branch which is low to the ground. On if any branch that goes upward, like in this case, this one, and I want to trim it so that it will grow sideways. So let's start. Let's see what we can do. This one is going up, but it's still not too high, so I can still make it branch somewhere from here. And and you can actually still, this branch you can stick in the ground with some root hormone, and now you have a new plant out of this one. So it's very easy to propagate this time of year. This is the first or second week of January, and so take a little bit of root hormone and stick in a pot. Keep it like not in too bright sunny, and that's how we propagate. So I have plenty of pomegranates, so I don't need this one. Okay, I think we are done with this one. This is a fig tree. This is again 2 years old, and you can see that this is already going pretty nicely. Only 3 branches. I should have, if it were had one more branch here, that would have been better. So there's not a whole much to remove. I just want to trim from the end, so it will branch a little bit sideways, and so I will tip up. So you can see, I don't know if you can see this one. There's a bud here and then bud here all over the place. So I want to trim here. It's trying to go straight, but let's remove the little tip that's going upward, and now it will be going sideways. And that's it. This is a 2-year-old plum, and this basically need just some trimming. There's not a whole lot of branches to be removed. You can see that sometimes it takes a little bit of time to see how these branch walls shape up, and then you can decide maybe later. Yeah, I think there's always, you can come back a year later and then remove any branch that you think is not turning out the way you want it. So this is a 30-year-old apple tree. This is a variety known as Honeycrisp. Last year I had 1 apple on this one. I just wanted to see what fruit looked like. It's very large and very sweet, and of course, as the name says, Honeycrisp. It was a crisp apple. And so the problem with this row of trees for me is they're next to this irrigation canal, and I'm trying to prevent any branch that going towards the canal, because then they need a little space for their maintenance. So I don't want any branch going into the side of that one. So that's why that side I need to basically keep control those. And this overall, this is about 6 feet tall, and that's how tall I want my trees. And this one is shaping nicely, going sideways, and so I can still trim these branches and make them branch somewhere here. Okay, so this is apricot tree. This is, I believe, going on 4th year, and it's already pretty wide, but it grows very rapidly every year. Lots of branches, so it needs a lot of work. This is also known as khurmani in India. So very large, nice fruit, and I generally thin it to keep it even larger. So let's see what we can do about this one. Okay, so it's pretty much done. So these are some of my peaches and nectarines, and these trees are about 15 years old. I did not prune them early on. I didn't know much about the pruning, and so as a result they got out of control, out of shape, and they were difficult to reach to pick the fruit. So I tried to cut them down to bring some shape into it, and I did that 2-3 years ago, and for the most part it turned out okay. And so you can see that their trunk is pretty big, but then their branches are like not as large on the top. So I try to keep them no taller than about 7 feet, and so this one is I pruned them pretty heavily. You can see that there are very few branches, and they're thin branches. If some of them are upward, but with the fruit they will bend down, and then after harvest I will prune them again. So out of all of these, this is the one. This one turned out pretty good. You can see that. Let me go in the middle, and so this is the main branch. Then you can see that from the middle they are going outward pretty nicely, and now at the end of branches, there are very few branches. The end of those thin branches, these have the flower buds, and so they will have not a whole lot of fruit, but the fruit is very nice, clean, large size, and actually very sweet. So if you leave lots of fruit on the tree, and you will break branches, and also the size will be small, and the taste will not be the best. Right. And same with this tree. You can see that there's not a whole lot of these are thin branches at the end, but those will be enough to produce the fruit that I need.